Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Critical Mass with me, your host, Rob. Thank you guys for showing up, watching. Appreciate every single last one of you. We have a X space going right now. If you go to my profile at the Rob1772, you'll see like this purple thing in my profile. And if you want to join in on the conversation afterwards, I do a monologue in the beginning, and then we'll get in on the action over in Xville. And we have my Ride or Dies. We got Shell over there co-hosting. We got Buckster co-hosting. And if you request up, they'll bring you up. Keep your mic closed until I'm ready for questions or whatever. Just be respectful of the space. Shell will Shell will eject you from the space quickly if you interrupt anybody. But that's good. We got to keep run a tight ship here because I only have 2 hours to do this. So I want to talk about people who think that they are better than everybody else because of whatever station they feel like they're in life. And, I'm specifically talking about influencers. I think that's probably one of the most reprehensible words I've heard in years. Influencer. Something about that word makes my fucking skin crawl. I'm not a huge fan of the word. I'm not a huge fan of the influencer culture. I think there's very few people that are in that realm that actually have, altruistic fucking, intentions. I think most of these people are just using it as a grift. They're glamming on to whatever they can for money or for power. But I think that's, people have an unrealistic view of their self-importance. And I remember watching a show, God, I think it was probably 6-7 years ago, True Detective. It was the first season. And Matthew McConaughey's character said something that was just so, whoever wrote it, the show writer, was phenomenal. And I have to read it to you guys because it completely encompasses what I'm thinking in my head. It's rough. It is a bitter black pill. And everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that," and I can't believe you believe that. But if you really know me, like truly know me, you're not going to be surprised that I relate to this. So his character is sitting in the car with his partner, Woody Harrelson. It was a great show, by the way. All the preceding seasons sucked really, really bad because they got so totally woke. And, Jodie Foster, anytime Jodie Foster pops her fucking head up other than Taxi Driver, I want nothing to fucking do with it. So they're talking about life and people and the whole 9 yards, and they're talking about this case that they're on. And Matthew McConaughey's character says, "I think human consciousness is a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures who should not exist by natural laws." Okay. That's pretty harsh. We are things that labor under the illusion of having a self, this creation of sensory experience and feeling, programmed with total assurance that we are each somebody, when in fact, everybody is nobody. I heard that and I was like, holy shit. I kept going back and listening to it over and over and over again. And I said, did he really just say that? And I just kept rewinding it. And this is indicative of human beings. We were given a light. We were given a soul. We were given power and energy. God gave us this. And if you look across, let's just say, the Twitterverse, it's a very small microcosm. It's a very small, portion of society. But you look across Twitter, these self-absorbed I don't know. I'm trying to be nice today, and it's not working out real well for me. My brain's shutting down because I want to say so many other things. And these self-absorbed fucking cocksuckers think that they are the voice of everybody else. And if you don't fall in line with them, then you're out. You get thrown out of the fucking party. Hey, see you later. Bye. You're done. And by party, I'm just talking about like a regular party. I'm not talking about MAGA or anything. Well, but they do believe that. They have grown so self-important in their head, and these people aren't. The only way to bring them back down from outer space and bring them back down to reality is to push back on them and tell them, no, fuck you. We're not subscribing to you anymore. You're a fucking retard. We're not going to fucking share your shit. Your five words to engagement farm. Okay, fuck you. You're telling me, what do you guys think of this? 1.2 million impressions, 5,000 likes, 4,000 comments. What do you guys think about this? Here's what I think about this. I hope you guys are watching because I'm flipping off the fucking camera right now. This is what I think of this. This is what I think of you and your grifty fucking bullshit. You are not that important. You do not hold that kind of power like you think you do, fucking incel. You hold no power over people like me. You don't hold the power that you think you do. You bloviating, fucking self-filleting. Yeah, that's right. You suck your own fucking dicks. Every last one of you. You are not that important. Get it the fuck out of your head. You're some fucking idiot sitting behind your phone all fucking day long. Every 15 minutes to fucking stroke the fucking algorithm's bean. That's what you're doing. You're a nobody. You ain't shit. None of you motherfuckers are. We got real voices out here, and nobody's listening to them. We got real people that are out here doing shit and doing the right shit and saying the right things. And they're saying the right things because they're doing the things in the real world to back up what they're fucking saying. You motherfuckers sit here on fucking Twitter going, ooh, I'm going to get all these people to fucking like me because you're lonely fucking incels that jerk off to fucking hentai. And if you're a woman doing it, I don't know what the fuck you're jerking off to. God, I don't want to know. But the point is, these people, like he said, programmed with total assurance. Let's break that down for a second. They are programmed with total assurance that they are somebody, when in fact, they are nobody. You, the community, the people who follow these people, who subscribe to these people, have given these sycophants, these basement dwellers, these motherfuckers that have no life, or in some cases a wife that beats them, so they send fucking dick pics to fucking women unsolicited. These people have no fucking life. Their whole life is wrapped up in this phone, in this app, or any app for that matter, whether it be, I'm not just picking on Twitter. I mean, I'm saying Twitter because we got an X space going on right now, but Instagram is just as bad. Snapchat, just as bad. Facebook, what a fucking cesspit that is. You know, TikTok, perfect fucking example. These people that think that they're so important, and then what it does is it silences you. Yes, they're influencing you to be quiet, to get on their train. Don't rock the fucking boat by having an alternate opinion. I believe the shit that I say when I say that I'm a 1A absolutist. Anybody can come in my space right now and talk to me, whether I agree with you or not, whether I hate your politics or I love your politics, whether we are, on the same page with the tariffs, or on the same page or not on the same page with Ukraine or Israel or fucking Russia or Gaza. I don't give a shit. I'm a constitutional conservative. I believe in the shit that I say. I'm not going to just let only people with blue check marks come up and talk to me, because people that do that are self-absorbed. Those are the people that you shouldn't support. These people that, because it's the same thing that we deal with when we're voting. Why Lindsey Graham wins constantly? Because he's known. But you hate him. We all know he's a piece of shit. But he wins constantly. Yeah, everybody goes, oh, well, he's got an $80 million war chest. I don't give a fuck. Lazy, lethargic, fucking lemmings. On both sides. Lindsey Graham, after exposing who he was right at the very beginning, should have never been held office ever again. You guys should have never fucking voted for him. But because, the guy that's driving the beat up Ford F-150, who really does have a fucking plan, who really does want to do something for his constituents and to make this country better, because he's not rolling around in a fucking Mercedes-Benz. You guys are what I call star fuckers. It's a phrase that's been around for quite a while. You look at the big shiny object and you go, okay, I need to vote for that person, or I need to go into that person's space, or I need to listen to that person's podcast. And the whole while you're listening to them, you're going, I don't agree with this. Like, no, this doesn't align with who I am. But you're still there. Look, cancel culture is fucking real. The left has been using it on us for years and years and years. We have that power too. Because when we have people that truly infiltrate this movement, the Make America Great Again movement, they're the rotten apple in the bunch. But for some reason, everybody wants to see the show. Everybody wants to watch the little worms pop out of the rotten apple. And this is turning into the fucking soaps my grandmother used to watch when I was growing up. That's all this shit is. I'm outside this shit. If I make a post once a fucking day, I want it to mean something. I want it to have some weight and some fucking teeth behind it. I want people to go, oh shit. I don't fucking spam that shit. But I have a different reason for being on X. I've made a community of people that I fucking love. I call them my tribe. I've made some really good friends outside. And I stay here for those people. I stay here for all the people that are in the space right now that come in on my spaces and watch my shows every single fucking week. But I won't influence them into doing anything. That's why I talk about me. And I don't tell you. That's why I talk about my lived experience, because this is Critical Mass with Patriot Rob, me. And while that may sound conceited, I'm the only person I'm influencing is myself. If you get something along the way, awesome, cool. If you disagree with me, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I will debate you. I will tell you straight out, I don't agree with you, and this is why. And I'll always bring the facts. But, you know, there's been plenty of times where people on the left have brought me stuff that they disagree with, and they brought facts. And that's when I have to say, when I rail against like cognitive dissonance and, you know, confirmation bias, I go, you know, even though I don't like that motherfucker, what he said was right. And then from there, I have to do the research. And more than anything, that's what I'm talking about. If you hear something that doesn't fucking jive with you, and you're like, no, that doesn't seem right, take the second to research it. And if this person is parroting this thing over and over and over again, and you've done your research and you're still supporting him, well, you're the reason why he's allowed to do that, or she's allowed to do that, whoever. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm sure we all know people that fit in the category of what the fuck I'm saying right now. That you go into their spaces or you're on their podcast and you're a caller and you disagree with something that they're saying and you want to give them, you know, salient information here backed up by facts. And they go, no, fuck you. You're ruining my narrative. And they fucking kick you out of the space, or they fucking hang up the phone. Well, those are people. Those are the grifters. I want you to come in and give me pushback. I want you to say, you know what, Rob, I don't agree with you. Because we've lost that in this country. We've lost political discourse. And we've lost civil political discourse. There is no, forget about civil political discourse. There's no political discourse anymore. It goes right to vitriolic fucking ad hominems. Nobody can say to one another anymore and be okay. Say, well, I disagree with you. And I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of these fucking self-important fucking influencers influencing people that I would say that, you know, are good people. They want information. They want to know what the fuck is going on. And we, the people that are doing what I'm doing right now, I don't consider myself an influencer, but I'm here talking to you guys. I'm here talking to everybody that's in the space, everybody that's watching right now. And thank you guys very much for watching the show. It is our duty to be truthful with you. It is our duty to bring facts to back up the shit that we're saying. You shouldn't listen to me if I say, well, my opinion is. The second I say my opinion on this is when you should tune the fuck out and go somewhere else. That's for anybody. Unless I'm coming at you with facts, I'm not saying it. I get a lot of shit all the time because my favorite phrase is when somebody says you were right, I say I know. Because I will never speak about something that I don't know about. I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot. It's like the perfect analogy is the left. When they talk about guns, you know, they talk about guns like they know about guns. It's like me having a conversation with a brain surgeon with a cursory knowledge of brain surgery that I got from fucking Googling it. Like I would be ferreted out real quick by the brain surgeon going, yeah, you have no idea what the fuck you're even talking about. Shut up. And that's how this is. The left has no idea about guns, and when they open up their mouths, they say, you know, 30-round clip magazines, you know, 800 baby killing bullets in 2 seconds, you know, and you hear that shit and you're like, and that's what these influencers do. And they're just like me sitting here doing this for you. I'm here because of you. If you weren't here and there was one person watching it and one person other than Shell, well, and Buck, my co-host, in here, why would I waste my time doing it? So I want to make sure that when I'm talking to you about whatever the situation is, whatever the current events are, that I'm going to bring facts. If I don't know something, I'm fucking man enough to say, you know what? I don't know that particular question. But I'm going to research it. But nobody does that anymore. Nobody takes the time. If an issue is that important to you, you don't take the time to research it. You just go off of what other people say. This is why I push back on the whole influencer culture. This is why I push back on podcasting and doing what I'm doing right now. I don't know how many times a day I say, oh, man. And then I get, you know, people dick slapping me going, nah, dude, No. You're not allowed to. I get, no, you're not even allowed to anymore, Rob. And, I'm honored by that. You'll never hear any of these influencers thanking you guys or saying how honored they are. I have this philosophy that I'm here to entertain you. I'm not here to influence you. Yes, we can have political conversations. We can get into the weeds on things. We can break stuff down. But I look at this as just an extension of me being a musician and being in a band. I'm there to entertain you. And that's what I want to do with this. I don't want to influence you. I want to entertain you. I want you to get a laugh. I want you to hear the things that would have been said in the 80s and during a comedy skit that would have landed and slayed like a motherfucker. Now, I want you, the younger generations that are listening to this, to get a taste of what it was like to be Gen X and laugh at things that normally would make people's skin crawl. Because that's how I grew up. And I'm unapologetic in that. So ultimately, none of us are as important as we think we are. We are fucking gnats. We're fleas on a dog's ass in the grand scheme of the universe. You aren't that important. You think you are, but you're not. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing anything but talking on an app. You're not out there. You're not out there kicking ass. And I don't mean just physically kicking ass. I'm just talking about kicking ass at life. Because there's more to life than just this app. There's more to life than watching podcasters all day long. And while you're doing that, you're letting real life pass you by in the blink of a fucking eye. This is why I try to be like on it. 5 to 7, done, out. On the weekends, you rarely ever see me doing spaces. Very, very rarely. If I do a space, if I do a show on the weekend, I'm doing something fun like I did last Saturday. Patty and I I was writing the song, the theme song for the studio. Like, I don't want to get into the fucking weeds on shit. You got to have some time to fucking relax and disconnect, to exit the fucking matrix, because that's what this is turning into. And all of these influencers that you put stock in, just like our government, they don't care about you. They don't care about your voice. They only care about how much money they can get from you, from their subscriptions or their merch or whatever the fuck it is. And they're really not giving you anything. They're really not truly making a difference in your life. You're just along for the ride for the soap opera. All this infighting that's going on right now because people can't align with one another on our side is the perfect example of that. So, listen, these motherfuckers are not doing you any favors. Start finding people's voices who are authentic, that give zero fucks about money. You know, those are the ones that you want to fucking pay attention to. You know, guys that do spaces or they create content create content. This is my fucked up thought for the day, and I'm going to put it out there for the whole world to like. That's content. See, content to me is me turning around, grabbing that guitar, and sitting in front of that computer for 8 hours writing music. That's fucking content. Your mentally retarded, psychotic fucking rants is not content. Their rants are not content. But there are plenty of people out there who do give good advice. You know, PNW Gorilla is one of them. You know, I don't care that he doesn't follow me back. I like the dude. He talks about fucking getting healthy, training all the time. People don't listen to him. You know, these are the types of people that if you want to be influenced by somebody, those are the people that you should be influenced by. People that have like true intentions to help you to get healthy. Dr. Kat Lindley is a perfect example. Follow her. She gives amazing advice on health. She has been on the front line of this COVID thing since day one. That's somebody you should listen to. Colonel Rob Manus, another perfect example. And it's not because I have a vested interest in his show. Even if I wasn't Shell's co-host for this and or hosting for Shell, and you know the Colonel wants me to do that, I would still listen to his show because the guy is fucking brilliant. These are the people we should be listening to that actually truly bring something to the table. And for me, if you ain't bringing a steak and eggs to my table and putting it in front of me, I ain't eating what you're fucking giving me. Thank you guys very much for listening to this monologue. Thank you guys very much for watching the show. I truly appreciate it. Listen, this is the one or two ads that I do, the 1776.shop, 1776.shop, 1776.shop. It helps support the studio. I don't have anything on there. Doesn't support me financially. I know some of you want to do that and you hate me then because I say no, and you give me shit for it, but I want to support the studio. The studio has been given me a voice, whereas anybody else that's ever brought me an offer, because I've had like 2 big offers in the last 2 years to actually do a show, they've always been like, hey, you know, we love what you're doing. We love your voice. We love this, but you can't do this and you can't say this and you can't say that. And I went, go fuck yourself. Looked at them dead in the face. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. They were like, whoa, what? Do you know how much money? No, I don't give a fuck. If I can't say what the fuck I want, and this studio gave me the opportunity to say what the fuck I want. So I'm going to support anybody that would do that for me or for anybody. And this is the only platform that I know, my studio, Warboy Studios, that is 100% free speech and free speech absolutists. So if you guys want to support me in this mission, keeping the studio going, 1776.shop has some awesome fucking gear. Really, truly, honestly. The highest quality shirts, they're awesome. I have a couple of them. The signs, the whole 9 yards. Just go over there. If you see something you like, order it. Don't order it because I'm telling you to order it. Don't order it because you think you have to or you feel obligated. If there's something over there you like, order it. It helps support the studio, keeping the lights on, paying all the bills for, you know, the StreamYard and all the bullshit that we got to go through. That also said, for those of you that have been, I guess, excuse me, I got psyched out by my own fucking sneeze, fucker. For those of you that have been giving me shit about, you know, merch, whatever, hopefully Friday I will have a couple hats and a t-shirt to preview for you guys that will be live soon enough. Thank you, American 702. I appreciate it. He said, bless you. So yeah, that's not even anywhere near ready yet. And the critical mass sign is almost done, it looks fucking cool as shit. So anyway, until then, go over to 1776.shop. The shirts, if you want one, shoot them an email. The Did Nothing Wrong shirts, you know, we're going to have like the 3 standard, Enrique Tarra, or Proud Boys did nothing wrong. Roger Stone did nothing wrong. And Pinochet did nothing wrong because, you know, throwing commies out of helicopters is fucking cool. And with that, I want to say thank you guys again. And I'm going to turn it over to the space. We got Shell over there. We got Buck. Shell, how's it going, my dear? That means, Buck, you got to get off your ass, motherfucker. Oh, yeah, let her go do her show. That's awesome. I can't wait to fucking see it, Shell. Yeah, all right. So if you guys want to join us over here while watching live, if you're capable of doing that, it's my X at the Rob1772. Click the purple thing that's in my profile. You'll see it on my timeline there. Join the space. Come on in. Request up. Raise your hand, and we'll get into this conversation. Shell, do we have anybody? Do we have any hands? Do we have anybody that wants to say anything? We don't. Okay, listen, I don't mind sitting here entertaining you motherfuckers, but I mean, I'm sure Cookie's got something to say because he always does. What's going on, Cookie? Oh. Yeah, I blew the tranny on mine, and I know. Listen. No, seriously, I when I first when I first got on X, right? I took a picture of the side by side, like stuck in the mud, and we had like winched it out, and it was on my road, and I took a picture, and it was filled with mud, and I said, "Damn it, I blew my fucking tranny in my side by side," and they fucking nuked my account. I was like, "What?" So I put in a fucking, you know, I don't know what I just typed in the thing. I was like, listen, tranny is common parlance when you're talking about transmissions. Blowing a tranny means I blew up a transmission. And then like 3 days later, they unlocked my account and said, "Oh, we're sorry." This is how bad the woke mind virus is. Like 0.01% of people have control over the like 80% of people that this would be normal conversation. When guys like us are saying we would have never in a million years thought that you were sucking a tranny's dick when you said blew a tranny, but now because you motherfuckers on the left decided you want to make a big deal out of the word fucking tranny, every single time we say I fucking blew a tranny. You guys are the one that did this shit, not us. And now because of it, I got to worry about getting my shit nuked. I got to worry about fucking, somebody going, "You blew a tranny, Rob." Dick. Go ahead, Buck. I see your hand. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, my Janina. Huh? Yeah, I got two monitors in front of me right now. I got one. Well, if you look behind me, well, if you're watching the live behind me, you'll see the other two. Yeah, there's actually four going right now. And if it wasn't for the camera, like I can see the two screens behind me in the screens in front of me, so I can monitor what's going on back there. Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Honestly, I really do hope that this progresses to a point where, I can employ people because I know this sounds weird, but I actually like that. Like it would be great if I could just clear this fucking desk off and there was nothing on this desk other than like one of those little microphone stands in front of me, just to be able to do, and not have to worry about this and be able to give people jobs in a what I think is a fun industry. Because to me, again, like I told you guys earlier, it's just an extension of like me being a musician. It's entertainment. And I look at this solidly as it's an entertainment. I don't think anything past that. I know there are people that say that I have a voice and they like to listen to me, and that's cool. And, I'm glad about that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want you to leave here going, man, that was fucking awesome, with a smile on your face, because that means more to me than anything. And it's the same, it's the same mindset I had when I was touring with my band. The other guys in the band were fucking dickheads, to be quite honest with you. They were like, we're up on stage, we're playing in front of 5,000, 6,000 people, which is a lot for an unsigned band. And they were like, the second we got off a stage, the kids came up on the stage, they pulled all the gear off the fucking stage, and those guys were, in the green room, grabbing their beer, right out to the fucking bus, boom. And me, I'm back here, fucking hanging out with everybody. I'm in the fucking pit for the next band. That's the mindset I've always had. So yeah, I hope that one day I progress to the point that I can actually employ some people to help me do this and, be able to pay them a living fucking awesome wage while having fun. That's my goal. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but that is my goal. Buck, is your hand still up? All right, True Maga, what's going on, bro? No. They're gonna be in fucking bikinis and high heels working on these fucking monitors. And fuck that shit. I got to get something out of it too. Do you? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shell. Go ahead. Well, I'll just hit it like this. Yeah, there were things that women were not allowed to do, and there was a reason for it. There was absolutely a reason for it. I mean, I don't have the intrinsic knowledge that, say, Delta or Buck do, but I'm just talking about in other things in life. We have gender roles for a reason. Our biology, our biological makeup is different for a reason. There are some jobs that women should not and cannot fucking do. And you're talking about this DEI thing was born from third wave feminism, Gloria Steinem specifically saying that women can do anything men can do, which is bullshit. But you know what? When Obama came in, they really put the fucking mashed the gas with this shit and said, no, to the point that now men who are now women can do anything that women and men do. This is how twisted we have it. This is DEI. You got to have representation in everything you do. I mean, you heard the colonel. What was it? He said almost 70% of pilots were white males. White males are more better wired to do that job than anybody else on the planet. But because it's a white man and a lot of white men doing a certain job, and it's disproportionate to the blacks or the women or the Latino, They said, no, we have to force this down your fucking throat. Because that's their gender and their racial ideology that they live by, that everybody's the same. No, and we're not. And certainly men and women are not the same. I don't believe that, and I get pushback on this all the time, and I'm willing to take it. I don't care. I don't believe that women should be cops. Every single woman cop that I've ever seen, whether it be in real life or on these fucking videos, they can't control themselves. They don't even know how to handle their guns, to the point that they're disarming a law-abiding citizen who has a permit to carry and shot him in the fucking leg. Because these dumb broads are scared and their fucking hands are shaking. Now they shot an innocent man with his own fucking gun because they are completely and utterly inept. And every single woman cop I've ever seen has to fucking do it 10 times more, be that much more fucking aggro than their male counterparts, because they feel like they have to fucking compete and be on the same level as their male counterpart cops. Which makes them have itchy fucking trigger fingers. Because women's biology and their psychological makeup is vastly different than men's. Now, all the trigger bitches are going to go, oh my God, he just said that women are less than men when it comes to that. That's not what I said. Go back and rewind the fucking tape and listen to it. Women, since the dawn of time, have a specific role. First and foremost, a woman's main purpose is her womb. Procreation, propagating the species. Men can't do that. The left would tell you that they can. We're just talking about chicks who had double mastectomies and are taking fucking hormones so they can grow a beard. That's a man having a baby, by the way. But a woman's sole purpose in life is to make sure that the species continues. We don't have wombs. We can't do it. And if you're like most guys, that's the fun part. It's not the fun part for the women, because most of you motherfuckers don't know what the hell you're doing. No. Hang on. Hang the fuck on. Hang on. No, hang on. I'm not done. That is your sole purpose, to procreate. You can do other things. You can be whatever you want to be. But your womb is designed to make sure the species continues. That's your biological purpose. That is not your only purpose in life. That is your primary purpose. Because again, we weren't born with that. And this is what I'm talking about. Everything I say when it comes to this subject gets misconstrued. Because all women have the narrative in their fucking head already made up that I'm on some misogynistic fucking chauvinistic fucking patriarchal rant. No. My job is to do other things. Like, I can't make a baby. My purpose in life is to help you make that baby. You mold that baby in your belly. You birth that baby out into the fucking world. That is a woman's primary fucking function on this planet. But because of feminism and the indoctrination of this fucking third and fourth wave feminism, women think that it's not their purpose anymore. Their purpose is many other things, doing men's jobs. So yes, if you want to say that there was a disparity in women doing men's jobs and the left didn't like that shit, this came from feminism. Feminism destroyed the modern woman. You are not more powerful than me. You are not more powerful than your male counterpart. It doesn't make you lesser. It makes you different. And that's the thing. These women don't want to fucking hear this. That the second I say something like that, every fucking woman and everything with a vagina gets fucking triggered. Different is not less than. There's plenty of things that women can do that men cannot do. You don't hear us crying about that unless you're a fucking tranny. Oh my God, I want to have my period. Oh, do you really? Do you really? How about you ask a biological woman if she really wants her fucking period? I would venture a guess to say that 99.9% of them don't. And can't wait for that shit to be over. But just because you're different doesn't make you less than. And that is the feminist fucking indoctrination that all these fucking women today, whether they be conservative or fucking liberal, are under. Because if you don't fucking align 100% with their stupid, fucked up narrative that they are equal to us in every way, shape, or form. You know what equality is? Stand up and pee, motherfucker. Okay, you can't do that? You're not equal to me. But just because you're not equal to me doesn't mean you're less than. You're just different. Yin and yang. The things that men are lacking are present in women. The things that women are lacking are present in men. We are meant to be like this. We are meant to complement one another, not be the same. Because the same is homosexuality. 2 dicks, 2 vaginas. And that, whether you like it or not, is not the natural order of things. If everybody became gay tomorrow, the human species would die. So no fucking way. Your womb is meant for one thing and one thing only. Making sure the human species survives. Outside of that, anything else is on the table. You do whatever the fuck you want. But there are some jobs that women shouldn't be doing. And when they complain about it, and you have all these psychotic women on the fucking hill that are in positions of power that can't control their fucking emotions, put pressure on the fucking simp-cuck men that can't fucking say no, to now integrate the Army and the Marines and the Navy and the Air Force and having women do men's jobs that were traditionally men's jobs. So fuck DEI. Not the Corps. Yes, now I heard with Colonel Manus. I instantly when I said it, yeah, not the Corps. No, and I know from you, not the Corps. Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm ready whenever he is. Thanks, Delta. I agree. I'm tracking 100%, my friend. I look. I know who I am as a man, and my natural instinct is to protect women and children. This is one of the many reasons, but probably up there in the top 2 or 3 reasons why I did join the Proud Boys when I did. I could not see a dude standing back watching a mother and a child get beat up because they were wearing a MAGA hat. Like I could not sit there and watch a woman get abused by a man. Like that's who I am as a person. And my natural instinct is to protect them. I couldn't imagine. I don't have the intrinsic knowledge like you and Buck do. But I can imagine how much more that would be amplified in a theater of war. And from everybody that, all the guys I ride with, they're all Marines. And, they all say the same thing, that if you're that kind of guy, you probably would have gotten yourself fucking killed. And that's not the goal of any of our armed forces. So, yeah, and listen, I agree with you, man. I really honestly respect thank you for your service. You know that. And, I respect your point of view on this, just like I do Buck's. Buck, do you have your hand up or is it just glitching on my screen? All right. Hold on one second. If there's anybody that's on the stage right now that has the live going, I'm getting reports that people can't hear the space on the live. So I don't know if you guys if there was somebody that could be on stage right now and bounce out and see if they can hear what's going on. Yeah, who do we have? Nicole. I'm going to assume that. Oh, and she's gone. Delta, go ahead.
You can step off 10 paces and step on a landmine. And now you're maimed and everybody's got to save you. Okay, so to point, whatever you're going to do, you got to do it right there. The females simply would not do that. And so you're dealing with kind of some otherwise colorful and in another environment, perhaps even humorous, but still detractory and diminishing medical conditions with their stomach and what's going on between their legs. This is all fine and well and good, but there's no place for that. And there's in certain parts of training, in certain parts of service, and certainly there's no place for that in a combat theater, period.
I agree. Rob, just
Yeah.
real quick, it was not working. You've got it back now, so
All right, good.
It can be heard.
All right, you guys can hear me too, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yep.
All right, there we go. We're good. Thank you guys very much. I'm sure that there was a bunch of people listening going, why is there dead fucking air?
Glitches and those glitches, man, but we push on through them.
Yep.
Warrior or USA.
Hi, guys. I guess I have to chime in a little bit. I was in the first Gulf War. Supported 24th Mechanized Infantry Division in with support with missiles and water to the front. Now, in saying that, I agree with you guys 100%. Okay? But when I was in basic training, there was ways that a woman could get over on these men, and I was young. And yes, it was easily manipulated and out of order. Also, when I was in the Gulf War, they had me in a deuce and a half to drive, and they put a turret on top of it where they were going to mount the 50 cal. And my first sergeant said, "Hey, Flip, go ahead and get a team together to go to practice on this 50 cal." So I put my name on this list, and he said, "You can't do this." I said, "What do you mean I can't do this? It's going to be on my vehicle." He said, "Yeah, but you can't do this." Guys, when I was out there, because he finally gave in, I was pretty tenacious. Without the perfect breathing technique, and I only did it one time, that trigger pull was 40 pounds. I couldn't do it. And also being in a front rear detachment, there's no privacy for women. I was around a lot of men. So instead of sleeping in a common area with them as a woman and not having other women around, I actually took my cot and put it under a vehicle to stay away from everyone. Now, let's get back to the fact where women should not be in combat. We had incoming mortar rounds when we were in Basra. I think it was your Marines, I don't know. All of a sudden, there are incoming mortar rounds tactically coming from Kuwait into where Basra was. This one gentleman covered me to protect me. And I actually took my elbow because he touched me, and I said, "What are you doing? If I'm going to die, I want to see it." In other words, this is your natural instinct. Women should not be in a front line. Women should be rear detachment. As much as I hate to, because I'm a pretty strong woman, it is facts. I could barely do push-ups. I could do sit-ups, but I could barely do push-ups. So if I don't have that upper body strength, how am I going to do hand-to-hand combat if somebody's coming at me? So I totally agree, guys, 100%. Thank you.
And Warrior for USA, thank you for your service.
Thank you. All of you guys, you're awesome.
Warrior, we definitely chewed some of the same dirt, probably around the same time. Thank you for your service as well. But I have to say, it's not just what you said, but more importantly, the one thing I've always said is that if we're in a firefight, I get hit, especially back then, 6 feet, 235 pounds, you're not dragging me out. You can't. You just wouldn't be able to. I need somebody that I know is on my team that's going to pick me up and run me back to cover. And that's one of the biggest things for me, but I understand what you're saying. And what Kilo was saying earlier is 100% true. Um, when you're patrolling in the sandbox and you're definitely in an unsecured zone, you're not running over a sand dune because the first 3 steps you take off that road, maybe the last 3 steps you ever take in your life. So it's all hanging out in, you know, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, but thank you for coming up. All right. Hey, speaking of crazy badasses, I guess we got Roxy wants to come up and smack us around.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm not gonna smack you guys around because you know I agree with you most of the time with a lot of this shit. Because as a 5'3" female EOD tech, that shit is hard. Buckster, I did have a low center of gravity. I was extra strong for certain things. I could drag you out, but no, not as fast. And I have put men over my shoulders, tall and taller than you, and it was hilarious doing full combat gear, trying to do that while their feet are dragging on the ground because I'm literally just not tall enough. So yeah, I would actually have to drag you, which I could. But again, I would rather someone else do it. But like I said, we put a lot of men in those situations too because we pussified America for the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years. And some of them can't even do it. So it was kind of funny. Most of the time, yeah, I was the casualty in training scenarios. And even they were like, oh my God, she's so heavy. And I'm like the tiniest one of them all in full combat gear. Okay. I'm the tiniest one. But that's why we train. And that is kind of why we fight. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Anyone that was like 6 foot or over, like their feet are dragging on the ground while I'm trying to pull them out. And again, exceptions to the rule. What Delta said is absolutely fucking true. Okay? This is why the women that do serve, and we don't like that the little girls bat their eyelashes and get away with fucking everything. It's really annoying. We call them desert queens. Okay? There's not a lot if females in any branch of service, but we call them desert queens, and we hate it. Especially the ones who are actually just trying to do their fucking job and not bat their eyelashes to get to the top. But everyone, just like Warrior was saying too. Oh, where'd she go? Yeah, that shit, it's like, it's really hard, but it's the dynamics between males and females. I think it's fascinating to me. But I did say this in Colonel Manus' show too. There is an entire thing with that. It's a psychology thing. We've been in training scenarios, and they've had EOD techs in these training scenarios where we're playing prisoner of war, and doesn't even know me, has no idea who the fuck I am, and just getting like, in a hostage training scenario, watch them fucking crumble. It's fascinating to me. And there are strengths that women have, and there's strengths that men have, and it's a yin and a yang, and we're supposed to complement each other. But there's absolutely nothing that we should do. We were on the congressional call because a lot of EOD females are close to actual real combat, and in combat because we're embedded with special forces teams, like the 2 to 3 man teams that we have for EOD. We're embedded in them, but there are scenarios where we do play that because there's a real chance. And in the beginning of the war, there's even jobs that you wouldn't even think, special forces, maintainers, where they were captured, and that kind of shit happens, okay? And every one of you fold, whether you are a male that is gay or straight, your natural instinct is to protect the innocent, no matter who you are. And women, sometimes we fold because even Rob knows I have a very soft heart half the time. Even if I'm an asshole, I have a soft heart and I want to fold all the time. And I always try to see everything from every angle. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought you were muted, so I was gonna let you interject. But yeah, no, I am a softie, even when I'm badass too. But I'm a softie most of the time, and I'm always like, well, you don't know, you never know if you think that, but because I'm a fucking female, okay? And yeah, I've broken my body; it's completely gone. I've had so many surgeries, nobody would even know. They try to like medically retire me 100% back in the back surgery time, and I was like, no, I can still do my job. Okay, it's just sheer stubbornness half the time. Duh. But there are strong hearts, and no matter what, I've seen weak males too. But either way, the arguments are valid. They're completely correct. It is a dynamic. And when we were on the congressional calls in 2018, 2017, with them trying to make fucking females into the Ranger teams, I was like, this is a bad idea. All 60 of us on the call were like, you have no idea what the females go through. And again, we are like exceptions to the rule, and even we don't think it's a good idea. And you're trying to embed them into fucking Rangers? Mm-mm. Like, first of all, do their feelings get hurt? If they get hurt, it's gonna happen a lot. Sorry. If you can't give it back, and if you cry every fucking 5 minutes, you're useless. You're not going to be a good person on the front line. Sorry, you're going to get people killed. And you have to be aware of that, your strengths. And even, like I said, though, there are certain fucking males that also you're like, oh, cute little cupcake. You probably shouldn't be on the front lines either. But again, that you have to do the job. Whatever the job entails, no one should ever be softer on the standards that that job entails, no matter what, no matter who you are. Okay? There's some badass females that even I'm like, she could crush me with her like little eyeballs just twitching at me. Like she could literally crush me with her fucking finger and thumb, because some of those bitches are badass as fuck and can crush most men. I was, smaller side, but again, it is a dynamic, and you have to know your place in any war scenario. But to put females as rangers or PJs or special forces Green Berets, absolutely not. It is not going to work out in the long run, and you just cannot do it. I'm sorry, but that creates an entire chaos of people getting killed. It's not war worthy.
Thanks, Roxy. Yeah,
Thanks, Rox.
I would have picked you up with one arm and carried you out of there. I know how small you are.
Yeah, and I don't have that strength to do so to you. Sorry, I would try though.
I would have picked her up with something different, but that's me, Buck.
I knew you were gonna go there. You dirty.
It's just jokes,
Spinner.
people. It's just jokes, people. It's just jokes. Got to lighten the room a little bit.
Yeah, and we joke with each other, by the way. If anyone ever thinks we're offended by anything, or at least me, I'm not. So everybody who's like, oh my God, I can't believe Rob said that to you. I'm like, whatever, motherfucker. I've been having a whole lot. I'll say worse to them back. You have no idea. It's just like brother sisterhood. Calm down.
Buck, I know your hands, and I know your hand was up.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say that to Rock, so that I think for whatever reason for you it's glitching. If you swipe up all the way and down all the way, your hands will reset whenever you're looking at a Space Bro.
That doesn't work on a laptop.
Oh, all right.
I'm on the browser.
We'll just let you know. But no, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, and
We just got Drax in here. Drax, give Rob your opinion real quick. What do you think about
I agree.
DEI and women in the military, bro?
No, I'm in agreement. I think if you guys had 3 guys out there, right? You got 3 of you, one goes down, you got another person, you don't want to be dragged. And she just admitted, she's like, I could drag you. That ain't sufficient. I mean, you guys are in combat, you need to be able to carry you out of there. There's no way around it. I mean, if you can't do the job, you can't do the job. You guys aren't talking about playing backyard football and fumbling something. It's a human life. So, yeah, I agree. I've always thought, I'm all for women joining the military as long as the people going on the mission like Buck or like Patriot Rob feel comfortable with their team. But if they can't carry you, how can you feel comfortable? Because it could come down to 2 people. So that's how I feel. I agree with you guys. Got to be protected out there, man. It's not just, fighting with your friends in the backyard and shit. So that's your life and death out there. You got to stay protected, and you got to have the correct people in play.
I'll tell you what, Rox, when I come down to Florida, because there's plenty of people that I'm going to visit when I'm down there, and I'm going to come visit you, I'm going to make sure I bring my rig with me. And I'm going to sit on the ground, and you're going to grab my drag handle and try to fucking drag me. And let's see how far you get me.
All right. Hold on. First of all, I am totally out of shape. I have been medically retired at this point for now a year.
Honey,
I know,
kidding.
but I'll try. I'll try, motherfucker. Because that's how stubborn I am. But I'll
And
try.
medically retarded.
Hey,
Well,
now,
yeah,
that's
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 not-
medically retarded if we're on X.
I don't know. I think, and I say this with all love and respect, I think you have to be a little bit retarded to be EOD.
Well, you got to be a little bit crazy at least. Yeah, because who wants to play with bombs for fucking fun? I don't know. Me.
I think
It's my favorite
I think
thing.
it's cool as shit though. I definitely think that's fucking. True MAGA, go ahead.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just the thing that Buck said was so important that men just naturally want to protect women. So we step out, get hit by a grenade. When we both could have, like it was 2 guys, we would have maybe just came up with a different plan. But we got to protect this lady. That we open doors for him. That's what we do.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I would think that would be in the natural state of any real man. Is your first thought is to protect women and children. That's it. You are the protector. You know, it's like that wherein, you know, you go even in real life, like, you know, there are times when you go to a bar. Like, I don't drink and I don't go to, you know, I don't hang out in bars, but there are some bars that actually have good food that I want to go there and I want to drink my fucking, you know, unsweetened iced tea. Shut up, Reno. And eat my lemon pepper wings, you know, and I got to make sure that, you know, I'm aware of my surroundings, and it's not for me, it's for the woman that I'm with. That's my job. And women and liberal women have, and you know, obviously, and I keep referencing Gloria Steinem because she was really the linchpin in where we are today. I mean, it was literally her writings that caused what we're dealing with today. You know, the integration to the point that it is in the military and in everything, and the fucking Boy Scouts. Sorry, ladies, you should not be in the Boy Scouts. This is why the Mormon Church pulled all their funding a couple of years ago. They've been supporting the Boy Scouts for 100 fucking years. It's the Boy Scouts. You don't see the integration of boys into the Girl Scouts. Huh. That sounds like a double standard to me. It really does. They pushed this narrative that women needed to be in all of men's spaces. She decreed, and all of these feminists decreed, that men's clubs were sexist. That's why you saw men's clubs either disappear or be integrated with women. And men, just for some reason, weren't strong enough to push back. Oh, but I know what that reason is, but men don't want to hear that bitter pill. Men don't want to hear the reason why feminism was allowed to take hold the way it was, way it is. You know, I originally started this when I was talking about shitting on influencers, and it got to where we're at right now, which is, you know, I will tell you that spaces end up going where spaces want to go. And I guess this is what's really on people's minds, and this is really what they want to get into the weeds about. And I guess, all right, you know what, fine. Forget about my monologue. My monologue sucked. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. So if you want to come in here and debate me on feminism, come on in, raise your hand. But no, seriously, men were too cucked out and worried about two things: not getting the pussy or having their fucking old ladies take half of their shit. So what did they do? They put their heads down and went, happy wife, happy life. While the whole while they're miserable. They're not being allowed to be men. Men have very, very few needs. Like, real men have very few needs. Seriously. Feed us, fuck us, and be honorable. That's it. You'll get anything you want from a man. You do those fucking three things. Don't cheat on us, fuck us, and feed us. That's it. And you have a fucking penguin. You have a man for motherfucking life. Send your man some titty pics during the day while he's working. Say, these are waiting for you when you get home, honey. That doesn't mean that you're a simp for your man, or the patriarchy is controlling your sexuality. That's just showing love and respect for somebody that does something for you. We have very basic fucking needs. Men are nowhere near as complicated as women are. We aren't. We want to see tits, we want to eat food, and we want to have our woman sitting on the couch next to us, head in our lap, watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, I would add in, don't bitch at us when we walk in the door.
The hen pecking shit. Yeah, but that's part of the feminism thing, though. They really got this in their head that it's okay for them to talk to us like that, and it's not. And you wonder why men are eschewing marriage nowadays, saying no fucking way in hell. I don't want to get married. Look at the field of women I actually have to fucking choose from. This is what feminism did to the modern woman. OnlyFans whores, where tens of thousands of guys have seen their snatch. Like, I don't want to fucking settle down with a woman like that. I don't. If a woman told me, listen, I had an OnlyFans and all it was is feet pics. Listen, those are mine too. I don't want to think about some other dude across the fucking ocean jerking off to your feet. They're mine. But feminism did this to the modern woman, and we were too weak. Ultimately, we were too weak to push back on it. We were worried about women not liking what we're saying. Divorce. 85% of divorces are in the first 5 years now. These are the stats. 85 fucking percent. 97% of that 85% in the first 5 years are initiated by women. 3% of men go, oh, wow, this bitch is so fucking crazy. I need to fucking start the divorce. Those are some staggering stats. Feminism has killed the modern woman to the point that they don't understand when you take a vow, forever is forever, honor your man just the same way you honor your woman. It has to be fucking equal. If you're in a loveless, sexless relationship and none of your needs are met, whether that be male or female, it's not going to work. And I said sex, but that's just overall. If a guy's out there busting his ass 10 hours a day, swinging his fucking hammer, and he comes home to a dirty fucking house and the woman isn't working, there's no fucking food on the table, what kind of a life is that? He's providing you with fucking everything, and you're not going to fucking blow him every once in a while? This, again, is what feminism did, because it trained women to think that, one, they can use sex and sexuality as a weapon because they saw that weakness in men and they glammed right onto it quick as shit. But also told at the same time that you don't have to do this for your man. Just the very fact that you're in his life and you exist should be good enough. Sorry, ladies, it's not. It isn't. You have to put in the same amount of effort into the relationship that your man does. And the same goes in reverse. If you're a woman that's doing a whole bunch of shit for your man, you want to fucking have sex with him, you want to feed him, you want to treat him right, and he's just not reciprocating, well, that's a problem too. So it's not just inherent in women, but we're specifically talking about what feminism did to women. Women have this misnomer that they are superior to men, and they're not. Men aren't superior to women, but women certainly are not superior to men. We're supposed to be equal. And more often than not, women have that mindset other than men. Because most men I know really don't have a lot of fucking, like I don't really need much. I just need this. That's it. Everything's cool. And, oh, the other thing, ladies, let me tell you something. And then we're going to go to Nick. She's had her hand up. Let me tell you something, ladies. I'm going to break the bro code here and give you a little insight into men. If we're sitting there quiet and you ask us what we're thinking about and we say nothing, I guarantee you 100% of the time we are thinking of nothing. There is nothing going on upstairs at that moment. We're telling you straight out, but that's not good enough for you women. No, no, no. He's thinking about some girl at work with big boobs. No, honey, we're not. We're looking at yours. We want to see yours later. We don't give a shit about that whore. If we're thinking about anything, most likely it's guns and, getting ammo and shit. But seriously, it's okay to think about nothing. I know you women do not understand the concept of the nothing box. The nothing box exists for us men. Everything goes on in your heads, 1,000 miles a fucking hour. You got all this shit going on all at one time. It's like fucking wet feral cats in a big fucking garbage bag trying to get the fuck out is what's going on in your fucking brains, and it never stops. And I feel sorry for you that's what it is. But seriously, we don't think like that. In fact, we rarely think. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But when we say we're not thinking of anything, we truly are thinking of nothing. So just let us go with that one. Feed us, fuck us, be honorable to us. And I'll add the caveat of just when we say that we're not thinking of anything, please just believe us. That's all we want. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, it's so funny. I've been I've been waiting for my mom to arrive, and she just pulled in the driveway. I'm just like, so I'll rant real quick. I agree. I do refer to this as hyperfeminism because it is metastasized into this like messed up thing. I will also say that sometimes men are thinking about something, but I've seen it many times where they say, "What are you thinking about?" And then he says, "Oh, I was thinking about how I'm gonna, rig up the engine on this," and they start talking, and then her eyes glaze over, and she's like, "Forget I asked." Well, bitch, why the fuck did you ask? Don't ask the question if you don't want the fucking answer, or the answer isn't what you wanted it to be. It's so annoying. And everything that was stated prior, I totally agree. I think that it has actually hindered like the military as a whole, that prior bit, by softening. And if you think about like the art of war, right? What are your enemy's weaknesses? And women are the fucking Achilles heels of the military. This is a fact. Unless you're fucking Chinese, where they'll literally any of them throw themselves on a bomb, because they're culty commies. All it is a weakness and a vulnerability that will be completely exploited by the enemy. And people that say otherwise aren't fucking paying attention. And I totally agree to everything that you stated. And I have more to rant about once my mom leaves, so I'll come put my hand back up. Because now she'll be like, what's her problem? She just went inside with the dog. But this is a great bit. And then your rant, I caught the first bit of your monologue, which I would agree, don't get me started on influencers. And I hope we come back to that, because what's going on right now is like the retardation of conservatism and the people that are influencing across the board. The influencers across the fucking board. It is an embarrassment to whatever the fucking right is supposed to be. And I think we need to like course correct quickly, because if these are our who were the fuck we're looking up to, holy shit. We're talking, these are the guys that fucking picked their nose, didn't get fucking laid in junior high or high school. These are like, what the fucking shit is going on here? And it's embarrassing. So I don't even say I'm just like, I'm a fucking freedom fighter, because I don't want to identify as any of this shit, because I don't want to be painted into a corner or painted with a brush of any of these fucking retards, because it is beyond, embarrassment is like an understatement. And to everybody else, Rocks, I just followed you, love you, missed you, couldn't find your handle, all that shit. I'll be back, I'll go on mute.
Thanks, Nick. Isaiah, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we had our offline conversation, man, and I was venting about how pussified these MAGA men are, sitting here talking all this shit about what they're gonna do, and they got all this energy about black people beating up on some disrespectful white people, and black people being disrespectful to white people, vice versa. Which effect you expect? You're drunk, you're outside, you start a fight in the street, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. That's just how it goes. Stupid is as stupid does. Nobody can get around it, We were taught early on, keep your hands to yourself, right? We were taught early on, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. And at the end of the day, I just turned 62. It is what it is. Women need to stay in their fucking lane. Don't try to run a fight between men. You're not the police. If you want to see a problem, call 911. Let the authorities have it. That's their jobs, right? If you're gonna talk like a man, you're gonna get fucking smacked like a man. And you got a lot of bitch-made men out here that are not men, that are little boys that were raised by women, right? That listen to women pop off and they can't. They're already emotionally castrated, so they're looking for an opportunity to take it out on some other woman, except their mother or the grandmother. People have relied too long on a matriarchal system that doesn't work. It was tamped down in the 50s because the woman was at home looking at Leave It to Beaver and whatever the fuck, having this fake ass life and being oppressed. But that hasn't been that way in a long, long time. It just hasn't. Now, do I respect women for their intellect, for the sexual prowess? Absolutely. But that also has to be reciprocated. Can I give birth to a child? Absolutely. Can I handle a cycle every month? Cramps every month? No, I can't. But there's a lot of things that women can't do. And I think we've hit the tipping point of what is my job as a protector, if I'm truly going to be that, and I can't be shamed for being a man. I'm now 62. I'm a man. I'm out the closet. Fuck it. For example, I was given an opportunity to go do a ride along with two women who have been doing a great job surveilling and gathering actionable evidence and data to give probable cause for law enforcement to go and take out these illicit massage businesses, and they're doing a great job. But they never had any help from the Department of Police here in Dallas, right? The Dallas Police Department. Because a good friend of mine now just happened to become the chief of police. They now have an HSI agent and a real, field operator that can arrest some people, that can actually put handcuffs on someone, that can actually call backup and actually get a response. These beautiful human beings cannot do that, cannot lose their anonymity. So we're in a situation where my skill set is telling me, without having downrange time, but just training with guys who have downrange time and just instincts and common sense, we're being flanked by this cartel. So if they see us and you're not doing anything, then they know that you've been here in this vehicle multiple times, blonde woman that never gets out of a truck, just takes a lot of pictures so she moves on. They know who you are, but they don't know who I am, sitting as loud as fluorescent yellow vest, looking like a fucking security member at a fucking concert, clearly black, but no construction hat. I'm not going out there. Next time I'm gonna be a fucking iPad, coveralls with a tool bag full of my long rifle, shotgun, whatever the fuck my smoke. So the shit gets hot. One woman in the back, no disrespect to her, love her to death, serious about her business, carrying a Hellcat. How many rounds? One magazine, 10 or 20 rounds. That's not gonna stop an AK-47 or a Draco with a motherfucking 100-round drum coming at you. What's the exit strategy? I'm looking to go, well, if you get hit, you get sniped, I'm gonna figure out a way how to get your body out this fucking truck, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm popping the fucking M14 or M11, all three, or both, to get the fuck out of here, tactically. Women that are doing hot shit, if you're not trained tactically, don't carry a gun. If you're just gonna be a pretend Karen to go do some surveillance and walk around with a taser and you're a martial artist, nobody gives a fuck about your Taekwondo or your Krav Maga or how you're gonna take your palm of your hand and get to a motherfucking chin when he's carrying an AK-47 defending a $25 million money-making fucking hotel where a woman is selling her body for $150 every 15 minutes. If it gets hot and see that you are a threat, they're going to come after you. So the shit pops off. One doesn't pull out the Hellcat. She just dumps, lays down in the back seat. The other one pulls out, locked in a Ziploc bag, one magazine, maybe 20 rounds, and that's it. I got 120 rounds, two M14s, two M11s, duct tape, ready to do something to de-escalate or at least get away tactically. And I realized tactically, they're not prepared for war. I am, which is a good thing because they told me that a lot of people talk a lot of shit but won't go on ride-alongs with them. And I'll do it again. But I said the difference between me and you is I walk out of my house with at least 3 firearms. I got a Glock 19, at least 32 rounds on that. FN Herstal, 3 magazines. Tactical reloads. I'm going to have enough continuity of fire to let them know you could get harmed too if you persist, right? And I think that a lot of women think that, oh wow, because I've done this very well and I can walk in like this or that undercover and not be noticed, well, you're winning. No, you're not. You're not creating any really disruption. You're not creating any real threat because they're not afraid of you. They're not concerned. When they become afraid of you, they will let you know. So we're getting flanked, and I'm saying, well, can you take this truck and back this shit up over these motherfucking bumpers, these parking bumpers, and this median over here? Can this thing not, the engine won't stall? I'm trying to figure out a way because they're too calm. So that means they either have a sniper on us, they're highly organized. You talk about a Colombian cartel we're fucking with. And it was at that moment where feminism inadvertently kicked in. You're not prepared. You're prepared to die, but you're not prepared to win this battle. That's where men come in, women. If you don't have the training, you're just being lucky carrying a firearm. And if you're going after cartels and you only have your martial arts ability, but everything pops off at least 50, 60, 75, 100 yards away, you can't kick somebody in the fucking jaw with a roundhouse in the rib cage 100 yards away. What are you going to do? So, I'm kind of done with apologizing for being a man and knowing what I know and knowing
Facts.
that I'm not an alpha, I'm not a beta, I'm a sigma. I work well with alphas, alpha men, beta men, but you could have the biggest betas out there that could be tactically correct, tactically professional, knows everything they need to know, like this guy, your host here, talks all this shit about this 6 hour. His mouth.
Fuck you,
I
Uh-oh.
would like to think
this
he's an
fucking
alpha.
dickhead.
I like to think he's an
Uh-oh.
alpha, but under great duress, is he truly an alpha or is he a beta? Is he going to fall on that feminine shit and go to, well, I don't want to have to harm anybody mode, where a woman goes, well, I don't really want to hurt anyone unless I have to. No, cartels people don't think that way. They got one option, taking you out. So if I'm going to ride with a law enforcement woman, if she's not ready to go all the way for that moment of truth, don't be mad at me because I'm looking at you sideways. Men, don't be mad at me if I'm calling you pussy, talking about how many guns you got, but you don't want to go outside because you're afraid of getting J6. You're pussy. I can see why these women are
Facts.
sitting in Rasheed's room. They don't respect you. They know you're not going to do shit. And why do I have to have our women on the front line, like Margot, most people in Shell? Why we got to have them talking and walk like men on this app? Go to my timeline. I'm not afraid to post myself, to use my Second Amendment right, because the one thing we have in Texas is mutual combatant laws and standing ground laws. And if you're doing something to harm me, whether I'm in a place where I shouldn't be or not, and you're doing something legal, the only difference between the cartels and the Catholic Church is they haven't declared themselves as a nation state. Texas is a state. We are a nation. I have a citizen, and there's a difference between a citizen and a civilian. So my beautiful women, if you don't know the difference between a citizen and a civilian and what your rights are, and actually you want to do something that you're not even hired to do legally, and even if something goes south and you're not prepared, don't look at me like I'm crazy because I have a plan. Don't be offended because I'm thinking of how I'm going to get you out of my way so I can go home. That's what veterans think about. That's how it works. I land.
Isaiah, I love you, bro. And you give me shit for talking about my bougie 300 blackout and my bougie rounds. This motherfucker's over here carrying one of the fucking most expensive fucking handgun rounds on the planet. Fucking because motherfucker.
That's what the Secret Service use, but you don't want no F.A. and her style coming your way. Those baby 5.56 rounds. It's a rifle in the hand.
You're goddamn right.
I have like a long
listen.
rifle.
I have a 5.7.
Hey, I'm gonna win that. I'm gonna win that fight, or I'm gonna make it very clear that maybe you want cover, or maybe you want to get away from me. But you're not gonna put me in a situation where I got a little Hellcat or I got a little Glock 17 with 20 rounds and I run out of battery. Then what? Then what? When it's 6 of them and they all communicating, then what?
I
Then
love
what?
5'7". Motherfucking shit's expensive though. So don't ever give me shit
But
about
but
my
but
bougie ass
but
300
I'm gonna
blackout
get out of here.
motherfucker.
She was saying, I don't really want to hang out with a bunch of people that are like dressed like military or like Navy
Yeah.
SEALs or look like that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to dress that way. I'm not gonna show up with a military hat on, back whatever, my cowboy boots. I'll show up in some shorts and some Nike shirts, and I'll look more whatever. But next time, I'm not. I'm a mechanic. I'm a coveralls, and coveralls is good for blood too. So you don't fuck up my shit, my real clothes, because OxyClean is doesn't really do the job.
I wore
So
the.
for anybody who's hearing my words and know who I really am, go check out my timeline. I don't play it. I go outside. I went outside for reparations when nobody wanted me to. I would have been available there for the J6 situation, but I told 300 surgeons to turn around because I got intel that it was a trap, and it was. So I want to remind people that you're not just talking to Dr. Burke. You're talking to a real concerned citizen, not a civilian. I don't walk this planet as a civilian. I'm not here to be civil with you. If I see you actively being tyrannical in the government, I see you actively harming my neighbors, I see you actively doing things that you're lying to me or gaslighting me or you're not draining the swamp. Don't play with me. So when you go on a ride along with me and we're getting ready to go where it's hot, you better have a plan, woman or man. Because if you don't, then, stop talking shit on this app. For real, for real.
Thanks, brother. Who do we got for hands?
We got Roxy. And actually, Roxy, hold on a second. We got Reno. Reno hasn't spoke yet. Reno, you go first.
Reno, you there?
Can't hear you, bro. All right, he's gonna drop down and come back. We'll go to Roxy. What you
Okay.
got, Roxy?
Okay, you guys covered so much, and then like the last 20-30 minutes, I had to take notes. That's how, because you know how my brain works at ADD.
You mean
Nick,
it doesn't
where
work?
the fuck were you? Shut up. Nick, where the fuck were you? First of all, I didn't even know that was you until I heard you spoke, and I knew exactly who the fuck you were. Love you, girl. Miss you. Follow you back, of course. Again, several things, especially with what Isaiah was saying. He is not wrong at all. I'm gonna come back to that to try not to throw it off topic. But the one thing I wanted to add on is even the males, my specific job got to do this, but not every job in the military gets to do this. My specific job, even the males who wanted to drink like 24 Mountain Dews a day and smoke like smoke a pack a day. That, but even the women, but some of the women are like, oh, I got pregnant, or oh, I'm sick, I have a cold, and someone has to replace them. Those are the little bitches that we don't like. Again, with the nothing box, Rob, absolutely. I talk about this all the fucking time. Guys, just please go Google or search on YouTube the difference between male and female brains. This is where it woke me up. I used to actually train people in the military and say, go watch this video. Because when I was a young, dumb little bitch too, I didn't fucking understand it. When someone's like, I'm thinking of nothing, I'm like, that's impossible because my brain is constantly thinking of something. Like, there's no way that you can think of nothing. But when you go watch this video, it's a comedian priest guy. He literally has a training here at Eglin. Like, we have it. It's a marriage counseling thing. It's phenomenal. But it's the difference between men and women and how they think. So always go watch that. The nothing box finally made sense to me. And that was many years ago, but I even some men, I'm like, here's how your woman's thinking, because it's a ball of wires, motherfucker. We will connect every goddamn event for the past 15, 20 years. Doesn't matter who you are, or what you did, okay? They're little boxes. Men have boxes. They don't touch the boxes. Women, we're a ball of wires. We will constantly fucking give you shit for that. So yeah, I love actually understanding the nothing box for once in my life. That was the video that did it for me. And I tell everybody, even the men and the women, because here's your ball of wires for your woman. Just get used to it. And then there was something that we were talking about, relationships. if nobody has ever heard of her, she's called Esther Perel. She's got a few TED Talks. Go look at Esther Perel. There's a vast difference with how we treat people in relationships, and she will explain it all. We used to want a community. We used to want this. We used to want that. And she will explain it, that society today has made it almost an impossible standard to hold. You want your best friend, you want your confidant, you want your lover, you want it to be all these things. When we used to have communities, and we don't have that anymore. We have lost that in today's age. And she's amazing. Esther Perel, go look her up. And okay, Rob,
And breathe.
Yeah, breathe,
Oh, sorry.
rocks. Definitely. Air.
I'm sorry. I also don't want to take too much time. But okay, the thing that you were talking about in society is how we pussified men in the past 20 to 30 years, which is what we have done overall, is what is going on, is the entire Marxist communist agenda. They have been doing this no matter what. And again, I know I'm a very picky female and I'm very fucking stubborn and I want my man to be better than me and all kinds of shit, but I have literally watched it unfold before my eyes. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, I did have a hard job. But my job, when it would even intimidate Green Berets I dated, and they were like, well, you get to blow stuff up. And I'm like, and fucking be better. I've even had bodybuilders who are like, and your job intimidates me. I'm like, why, you little pussy bitch? Fucking man the fuck up. And if you don't man up, I don't like you. So yeah, I've ruined a lot of relationships because I actually want my man to be stronger and not intimidated by anything I do, because that's what a man is supposed to be to a woman. And I'm sorry, but men, we do need you to step up. I want to be tossed around. I want them to be able to control me. And even when I'm sassy or fussy or whatever in the past, I have calmed down a little bit. I am older. But in the past, I wanted them to fucking rule me. Okay? Because that is the difference between a man and the female, and it's a yin and a yang, and we want you to be that way. We don't want fucking cucks in the military. There are men that are cucks in the military too. And then again, they can't hang in certain jobs, but that's okay. You go be a little finance troop, and that's all we want you to do. We don't want you to handle a weapon, okay? Just saying. And there are badass women, but again, we still want stronger men. And the Marxist communist agenda has fucking ruined men in our society for the most part. I do not like it. And again, the other women using it who do join it just to like bat their eyelashes, I fucking hate that too. Because then you ruin it for the actual women who are trying to do something to be better. Because I do think women and men have their talents. When we look at everything on a fucking scale that men do not. Men focus so hard on one little thing, and that is great. That's actually what we need you for. And women are over here bouncing outside the box, like again, ball of wires, and we're going and we're looking at every angle even harder. We train for that, but men are talented at one thing and women are the other. But again, there's a lot of dynamics there, and we have to learn to appreciate each other because it is a yin and a yang and a balance, and it's fucking delicate. Again, I am small. I know my limits. I am low, could carry a lot and move a lot, but I can't carry anything above my head over 50 pounds. I'm aware of my limitations. The problem is this society with the fucking Marxist communist agenda and the leftists and the Democrats have all made it seem like women, you can do every single thing. No, you fucking can't. Not unless you're an Amazon and you're fucking 8 foot tall too. Okay? Sorry, but you probably can't. And just be aware of it. And I don't know, recognize it. And my specific person is in an apocalypse. He knows my soft heart. And even he has said, hey, they're going to use that small kid to come in on our bunker. And you know that little kid is going to be like, I need food and shelter. And you're going to be like, oh, of course you do. And he's like, let me handle those situations. And you just sit down and let me handle it, because that kid is probably an infiltrator trying to do whatever it is to get inside of our bunkers, steal all of our food, blah, blah, blah. All those scenarios. I was like, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm fucking weak as fuck when it comes to soft-heartedness. So yeah, I want my man to be able to protect me and my family and our children and our communities. And if you can't do it, yeah, fuck off.
And as a man, rocks, I'm telling you, it's time to be quiet.
I shut the fuck up.
All right, good. I mean, thank you. All right,
I love
Reno,
you,
you're
Rox.
back up.
Reno, what is up with your mic, homie? We can't hear you, dude. Do you have it on mute? Yeah, we're not getting any audio, bud.
All right, Reno dropped again. So up next would be Paul. And after that, the Constitutionalist.
Oh, welcome to the stage, Constitutionalist. Thank you for coming in. All right, Paul, go ahead.
What's up, Rob?
What's going on?
Long time no talk, buddy.
Yeah, man.
You have these spaces a little earlier than I can get to them.
Well, I'm
But
glad you're here,
hey,
brother.
I just threw something up in the top, buddy, because freaking ICE just killed the age limit, dude. Holy smokes. That's big.
Wait, what?
ICE just killed the age limit because you used to have to get in before you were either 37 with no military or 40 with military. And now they just killed the age limit. They just announced it. Secretary Noem announced it. Stephen Miller. I threw it up in the top. You can read it. Go to their website if you're interested in having some immigration stuff to work on. There's plenty.
Oh,
Just
shit.
wanted to put that out there.
What do you guys think? Man. Buck, what do you think, dude? We signing up or what?
Well, I'll tell you, we all have a shelf life, brother. But yeah, for ICE, yeah, I could go down there. I could handle Overwatch. Absolutely. Also, if you have a certain classification on your discharge, you can be welcome back. So,
Hey, listen, man, we all want. I am not a law enforcement guy. Paul knows this. Everybody knows this. I'm not the one that just touts the fucking thin blue line just because it's the thin blue line. I believe that law enforcement is diametrically opposed to conservative values. Enforcing laws created by men to keep strong men down by weak men is a major fucking crux that I have. I think there are way too many laws on the books, and I think there's way too many people in law enforcement that really truly get off on enforcing these laws. I know that there are some good cops out there that are like, listen, I just want to go out here and help people. I'm not, that's not devoid in my brain. But we can't sit here as conservatives and say we want the illegals packed up and sent packing and not willing to do something to help. Fucking A right. If you are my age and you're in the shape that I'm in and you have the tactical prowess and the tactical training that I do, help you, and you really truly want to help out, get off your ass and do something. No, seriously, Paul, I'm not even fucking, this is fucking cool. I think this is awesome because there's plenty of guys out there that are over that age that would be willing to go out and fucking help and do shit for real. The left is going to have a meltdown, though.
That's the reason why I came into your space and jumped on the opportunity when I saw you were still open. Because I know the mindset you have. And remember, this is not you going after Americans. This is you going after foreigners who've been allowed into this country improperly and let their foreign influence run rampant in our streets. This is not about Americans. This is about protecting all Americans. Because every crime committed by an illegal alien is a crime that should have never happened. So, I'll see you guys on the other side because I already got my paperwork in, baby.
Yeah. All right, dude. Congrats, man. I know you've been talking about it in Cliff Space for months and months and months now, wanting to go back. And this obviously gives you your opportunity, right?
Yeah, I've actually changed my avatar, kind of toned my shit down.
Yep.
Just because, I don't want anything blocking me from going back and protecting my country against foreign invasion. I worked at it, saw what the government was forcing us to do, and because I disagreed with it, I got out. Well, now the shoe's on the other foot. Now I want to make up for the mistakes of the last 4 years and whatever else they allow me to do for the last 30. So here we go, baby. Paperwork's in. See you on the other side.
I'm actually going to give this some serious fucking thought.
I was just going to say, Rob, when are we leaving? Knowing you.
Bro, listen, I've been out in these streets for 10 years fucking fighting it and fighting literally physically against the fucking left. I'm willing to fucking do what needs to be done. Yeah, I mean, listen,
I'm out, dude.
No, you're not going to join.
Dude, they'll take a look at my social media and be like,
Yeah, that's probably if they looked at my social media. I don't know if they would fucking allow me. But hey, you know what? I'd fucking fill it out, man. So, Reno, hold on one second. Constitutionalist, thank you very much.
Hey, fellas. I just came up to say hello. I just wanted to support your position that women shouldn't be in combat positions. You guys know I'm an Army vet, and I was in the support role. I was a combat medic. And, you know, like I met the men's physical standards. I did for the fire department too. However, there is an endurance and a strength that men have that women don't. But more so, it's psychologically a problem for women to be in combat. It detracts from the mission, especially if there's KIAs. It's just a bad situation in general. So I just want to say I support that. I did want to say, however, respond to a few things that, you know, if I think women should carry firearms for defense, and that's why you carry concealed carry or whatever you do, open carry. You should absolutely have that for defense. Conversely, if you are carrying a firearm, first of all, you should be trained. Secondly, if you're going to defend yourself, you should probably be able to defend yourself with, you know, depending on the situation, to the best of your ability. I mean, how many shots you see some of these cops taking, like, you know, full rounds, you know, just unleashing, and they don't hit anything. Like, I don't think anybody who isn't trained and qualified should be able to carry a firearm. That's just my opinion, because it's literally a problem waiting to happen. So as far as men and women are concerned, I think you have to pick your battles. Men, everybody's different. Some men like strong, you know, women with strong voices who are strong, independent women. Some men don't. So, and the same with women. But I am a firm believer, and I love traditional roles. I think men should, you know, there should be traditional roles. The way men used to be, and how they are now is night and day, and it's the pussification of males in our country, and that's what they want. Personally, I would rather have somebody who is going to protect me than not. Maybe I'm a strong woman, but their men should be stronger than me, right? So I think you have to pick your battles. Like, do you want to have a strong-willed girlfriend, or do you not? So, or, you know, and two, with men, somebody was saying something about, well, I'll put you in your place. That's not what traditional roles are about, right? It's a give and take of the traditional roles. It's not, hey, fuck you, go make me a sandwich, right? Jokingly, yes, but technically that's never going to work out. So also, I think if I walk through my city with a long gun, it might get frowned upon. That's all I wanted to say. Love you guys.
Thanks, Constitutionalist. I appreciate it.
Let me respond by saying that being in your place is a necessary tonality, because we're literally at war with foreigners. And what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, I witnessed in 48 hours women who are protected by cartel members who have military training that are willing to do whatever it takes to protect them at the highest lethal force possible. They're not Americans. They don't love us. These Colombians, these Venezuelans don't care. They have their own battles between each other, and they say online when they're looking for Johns, no Cubanos. So they have Venezuelans and Colombians and Mexicans kill each other at these motels every day. So they don't have a problem harming what looks like an American. So when I said women stay in your place, it's like if you're not prepared to be in a very volatile, lethal situation, if you are carrying and you don't know how to get off the X, and you don't know how to train, if you're not training and whatever you're wearing to not get shot. See, people train with paper, or they train with frangibles and steel, but they don't really know what's gonna be like when someone's shooting at you. You don't know how to manage your adrenaline. And I had to find out right there whether or not my adrenaline management was on par. And I found out quickly that it was. I got calmer and calmer. Why? Because I had a tactical plan. I was going home. No matter what, I was going home. Why? Because technically I was somewhere where I shouldn't have been. I was meddling in someone's 25 million a year business. And not only that, and I'm gonna land with this. We have a subgroup of women that are enslaved, Stockholm syndrome, however you want to look at it. But during chattel slavery, men and women didn't walk away every 15 minutes with $150 that they were making for these pimps, even if they got $10 off of it. I don't know what the breakup is, but the average number that I got, they get $22.5 thousand a month. Now, this is a woman that's probably 18, 19, 20 years old. What kind of American is she going to be for your children's children that are in that same age group 20 years from now? What are you going to do with a woman that has made her living on her back for 20 years and has made close to several $1 million, and this is not her mainland? And she maybe buys her freedom, maybe goes legit, runs for political office like AOC in 20 years with that kind of trauma. That to me, the problem that I have with MAGA or any American is that most of us, and I will put myself in this even though I know better, we only think every 4 years, maybe every 8 years, if your favorite guy is the president of the United States. And you don't think about local politics. You don't think about being a precinct committeeman. You don't think about policy. Whereas the Chinese think about destroying their enemy with a 100-year plan. So my question to the space is, when are we going to get on a 100-year plan? Because there was a time when Americans or Catholics had a vision to build a cathedral, knowing that in 50 years when it's finished, they'll be dead. They would not be able to enjoy going inside that cathedral. So we don't see the Templars anymore. We have dreams and stories of them, that they existed. Some will be maybe considered J6ers, outlaws, Ronins, samurais, bad people. We don't think generationally. We're not, I don't know, my kids are prepared. Well, I tell my kids, if I'm not here, someone breaks into this home. I'm not saying that I don't hope they don't break into this home. I say, well, if they are dumb enough to break into this home, and when I get here, if you're dead and they're not, this home is not filled with all kinds of holes from shotgun slugs, and blood is all over my house, and you didn't win, then you're going to have a problem with me, even in the next life. That's where I'm at. And I'm speaking with that tone because that's what I've seen in our cities. Down across the street from the Plano and Elementary, 100 yards from the Plano Church, Thai women giving massages, coming up boldly in lingerie at 12 noon. They're not selling massages with a dental office for a family dental office right across the walkway. You're going to tell me our neighbors and these people don't see what's going on? They're complicit, and it is this complicit behavior in the now because, oh, our guy won, Trump won, oh, he said some nasty things. Oh, no. China, Korea, Venezuela, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexicans, they're looking at us and they're laughing because their kids are sleeping on dirt floors. And when they come here, they have a takeover mentality. And we don't. And we live here. So my voice is different. I'm not picking on women. I'm not even picking on beta men. I'm just saying we have a problem if our children are not being prepared because you're protecting them from the obvious. In 20 years, they're going to be in a restaurant or meet somewhere in a club where a woman who's been making $22,000 a month or more for 20 years, they're not going to have any respect for that American boy or girl. You mean absolutely nothing to them. You think the arrogance of other countries are offensive now? They're looking at us. Even as sex slaves, they're doing better than the average American on land.
Thanks, Isaiah. I don't disagree with anything you said, bro. So, guys, I'm not shutting the space down. I see New Glory's hand and I see True Maga's hand. But I have to shut the live down. Somebody else needs to use the studio, but Reno ended up in the studio so that he can say what he wanted to say. I am going to let him talk, and then I'm going to close the live down, and then I'm going to come back to the space. So hang with me, guys. Again, we're not shutting the space down. Reno, go ahead, brother.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good Lord, have mercy. Hey, I was just saying I was really cute that you guys were talking about guns, Glocks, and FNs and stuff. That's all. That's all I have.
That's all you got.
We waited that whole time for that shit,
Yeah,
Reno. Come on.
Because he just went and got himself a staccato, the fucking asshole. He's just trying to flex in here right now.
Look, I mean, don't hate a player.
Listen.
I'll put my Nighthawk up against that any day.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm going to shut the live down. So everybody, 1776.shop. We have awesome gear there, made by Americans, made in America, with American materials, 100%. Great shirts, great gear. It helps support the studio. What the hell HR Postman says, yes. So, Buck, I just want to let you know that the Postman says Critical Ice with Patriot Rob and Buck. Then we'll do a show.
All right, I'm in.
All right, also, I'm going to need your
Rob,
TPS.
get out of here. You know what I learned in California with law enforcement?
Go ahead.
They're only required to qualify with their sidearm by shooting at 3, 5, and 7, 500 rounds a year.
3 yards,
That's it.
5 yards, and 7 yards?
Not 25 and beyond, not getting off the X, but 3, 5, 7 with just shooting fire. And their complaint is, we can't afford to go get outside training. They're fat, they're flabby, they're not prepared.
Well, I think one of the reasons is because of statistics in the yardage of engagement.
Yeah. I was on the show the other night. I was at Joe Lanew's show, the Grand Jury, and they were showing police shootings, and of course they brought me in because they thought that I was going to be the guy that was going to, be the contrarian and vote to convict, and none of them. They were all righteous shoots as far as I could see from a mile away. But one of the takeaways was one of these cops had gotten out. This guy was supposedly and they were all took place in L.A. In California, but that Southern California, and the guy gets out. Well, the cop gets out with an AR. Supposedly, the guy's pointing a sawed-off shotgun, and he gets out of the car and he's got his AR. First thing is he's got the chicken wing out, and I'm like, and I look at that, and guys like me pick up on shit like that. So he's got the chicken wing out. The way he's fucking canted, and he's walking across the street, broad daylight, no cover around whatsoever, doesn't know how to advance. He's walking straight, no tactical training whatsoever. Dude, you're the first person that I'm taking out. He had no fucking idea about any kind of tactical training. If you're going to put your police in a situation like that, they need to be trained. But at the same time, I believe, because nobody tells me I need to train, nobody pays me to train. I get up every day at 5 o'clock. I go outside, I work out. I hit the range. I heard one guy who I really, truly respect, he was a Marine, because, you know, I respect Marines, said, you need to be proficient at your firearm. You need to shoot at least 3 rounds a day, every single day, no matter what.
Or dry fire for people who can't afford
Right.
the ammunition like you, rich guy.
Listen, oh yeah, I'm a fucking rich guy. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna sell a hat and make $3. Woohoo!
Well, training.
I'm gonna sell a critical mass hat and I'm gonna make $3. Yes, that's like 3 rounds.
Well, training, Rob, is not only you know, shooting, make sure you're accurate, but shooting with your offhand, shooting with one hand behind your back,
Yep.
shooting with the weapon upside down.
And Buck and I do simunitions. Like, you don't really know what combat is unless you've, one, been in actual theater, first of all, and had real bullets. But if you want to, like, really truly train and experience it, for 15 motherfucking years, I have gone all over this fucking country and trained with simunitions. I've gotten shot in the face.
People don't know what that is. Slow down, slow walking. You got True Mark with a hand up. You mean force on force. People don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm getting there. All right, so listen, we're going to come right back to this. Give me 2 seconds to shut the live down because I got a live show going on right now.
Man, well, hurry your bitch ass up, man.
Listen,
hurry
motherfucker.
up.
All right, shit, dude. Calm your motherfucking 5'7" having ass down. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in and watching Critical Mass Patriot Rob. I hope that I will have a hat and shirt for you guys to see. The prototypes are going to be to me. I'm hoping by Friday. If not, you'll get to see everything on Monday. The shirts are going to be pretty fucking cool. I like the way they're coming out so far. Thank you guys for all, 1,200 of you guys that have tuned in today. I truly appreciate your support. Go out. Tell the ones you love that you love them. You never know when you're not going to be able to. And I will end on man up. Fight back, 0 fucks. You guys have a great night.